The end of the year is wild. There's always something going on. IEP meetings, progress reports, field trips, testing, third-party billing. And that's not even counting all of the non-teaching things happening in your life. It can feel like everything is happening at once, and that's exactly why batching has become one of my go-to strategies. In this episode, I'm walking through what batching is, how to apply it to end-of-year paperwork, and the pros and cons to consider so that you can head into summer break with less stress and more breathing room. Hey, special educators, I'm Jennifer from Positively Learning. Welcome to the Special Educators Resource Room. If you're like me, you're always looking for ways to save time and streamline your work. That's why this podcast was created, to give you the systems and solutions you need to get your time back. Tune in for tips, tricks, and tools that will help you manage your workload and make the most of your time. Whether you're brand new or experienced, all are welcome in the Special Educators Resource Room. Welcome back to Special Educators Resource Room. I'm Jennifer from Positively Learning, and today we're diving into a practical strategy that just might save your sanity during quarter 4. We're going to be talking about batching paperwork. So let's start with the basics. Batching. This is when you are grouping similar tasks and then completing them in one focused block of time. Instead of writing one progress report, answering one email, filing one document, and then repeating that cycle all day, you're going to do all your progress reports in one sitting. Then you're going to batch file your folders in another session, and so on. Think of it as an assembly line for your brain. You're staying in the same mental zone longer, which makes it easier to focus and finish faster. So why does it work? Because switching between tasks, especially ones that require different types of thinking, can slow us down. We think we're multitasking, but what we're really doing is a constant task switching, and that's going to eat up your time and mental energy. We're going to be talking about how to make batching work for you, but I want to say something so important right up front. If you have tried batching and it was a complete disaster, please stick with this. I have been there. There are times that I have loved batching and it has saved me, and there are times where it's been absolutely awful. So trust me when I'm sharing these tips, these are tried and true, and it may help you troubleshoot any batching concerns you have. Now that we have defined what batching is, let's talk about how to make it work for you, especially with the unique kind of paperwork that special educators are managing. Here are 5 streamlined strategies to get started. Number 1, time block with intention. So choosing specific blocks of time for batching. Maybe this is before school, after dismissal, during planning. And then assign each block a specific task. So for example, Tuesday's planning is progress reports. Thursday morning is auditing files. Give each task its own time and write it in your planner just like an appointment. Number 2, group similar tasks together. So before you start, make a list of everything on your paperwork plate. Then group tasks by type. So whether it's progress reports, IEP updates, filing, billing, handle each group one at a time. This is going to minimize the brain switching, and it's going to build momentum. So writing multiple progress reports in a row is usually faster than trying to spread them out over several days. Number 3, in our streamlined strategies to get started with batching, batch in small chunks. You don't have to finish everything in one sitting. You can break big batches into smaller sessions. Maybe it's 5 progress reports per day or half your class folders per session. This helps keep batching manageable, especially if large blocks of time are hard to come by. Number 4 is probably my favorite. Prep your materials ahead of time. Before your batching session, gather everything you think you'll need. Student folders, checklists, data sheets, comment banks, templates, whatever helps you work smoothly. The fewer interruptions during your batch, the better. Also set the mood. Close the door. Grab your favorite beverage. Plug in your phone across the room if you can. Protecting this time is going to help you stay focused. I know I just said number 4 is my favorite, but I lied. Number 5 is my favorite. Use shortcuts like checklists and templates. Checklists can help you keep on track, especially when you're batching repetitive tasks. For example, you can use a simple checklist to track which students are done and which still need attention. I love this because you can see your progress. That's going to help you stay motivated to get it done. Templates can also feel like shortcuts when you're batching your work. They can be great for progress reports or communication logs. Maybe your school or district has provided the templates that you're using, or maybe you've created your own. If you have the Special Educators Resource Room bundle, you have all the templates that you need, including end-of-year checklists. I will be sure to link that in the show notes so that you can check it out. Let's quickly recap the streamlined batching tips. Number 1 was to time block with intention. Number 2 is to group similar tasks together. Number 3, batch in small chunks. Number 4, prep the materials that you're going to be using ahead of time. And number 5, use shortcuts like checklists and templates. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's one more bonus tip. I don't want to leave it out because it can make a big difference when it comes to efficiency. You want to leverage your peak productivity time. We all have certain times of day when our brain just works better. So why not use that to your advantage? If you're a morning person, you might want to consider knocking out some mentally heavy batching tasks, like writing detailed reports or drafting IEP updates. Maybe the building is quiet, your mind is fresh, and it might only take 30 minutes to make real progress. Personally, I know that 4 p.m. is not my ideal time to be writing anything detailed. At that point in the day, my brain is better suited for light tasks like filing or organizing. So I save the heavy writing for earlier in the day when I know I can find a quiet block. The idea here is to match the task to your energy. You're going to get more done in less time when you're working with your natural focus and not against it. Now let's take a quick look at pros and cons of batching, because let's be real, batching is helpful, but it's not perfect. Here are a few quick pros and cons to consider. Pros. Batching can help save time by cutting down on task switching. It can also help improve your focus and hopefully reduce stress. Batching can help you work more consistently, which can bring more accuracy. It also can create more breathing room later because you've already tackled these big tasks and you got them done. And batching can give a satisfying sense of momentum. Now let's talk about the cons. Batching can be mentally exhausting, especially if you try to batch too much at once. Now, I know this next one everyone's thought of. Large time blocks, what are those? They are not always easy to come by. And not every task fits neatly into batching, like last-minute IEP meetings. And interruptions can throw off your rhythm. But the good news is you can start small. Even batching just one category of tasks this week can make a big difference. Batching isn't about perfection. It's about making things feel more manageable. You don't have to do every task this way, but if there's one thing that's been hanging over your head, try setting aside a focused block of time and batching it. Even if it's just for 30 minutes, you might be surprised at how much you get done. The end of the year can feel like a race to the finish, but batching can give you a smoother pace, and it gives you a little more control over how you're going to get there. So now I would like you to take a look at your list, pick one task, and schedule your first batch session. That's your challenge for this week. You've got this. And when you wrap up that batch and see the pile of completed forms in front of you, I hope you take a moment to celebrate that win. Thanks so much for being here. I will see you next time in the Special Educators Resource Room.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'm dying to ask, what'd you think? Be sure to hit the follow or subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. You can find the show notes and links for everything mentioned in this episode at positivelylearningblog.com. See you next week for more special education solutions.